welcome back. We are going to do a little bit of upper body today, some arms, some shoulders, a little bit of biceps, a little bit of triceps, all my favorite stuff. I'm always forcing all my clients to do a little bit more upper body than they probably would like, but it just helps with all daily activities. It just helps you lift packages, lift grocery bags, whatever it is that you've got going on. A little upper body strength feels nice. So we're gonna get started here on our reformer. We're gonna just be on one blue spring, nice and medium. If you wanna make it a little bit heavier, you could do a blue and a yellow just to make it a pinch heavier, not much more. And then if you want to make it lighter, of course, you can always drop down to a yellow, but I'm gonna leave it on my medium blue today. I'm gonna turn to face the front of the machine, so facing towards the foot bar. And I'm just gonna be kneeling here with my hips on my heels. Make sure you're not seated on the shoulder blocks. You can sit on the shoulder blocks, but obviously it's a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more challenging to slide forward to try to keep your back away. So that's that little extra challenge. Sitting back here is a little bit too comfortable. You're kind of just relaxed, maybe mushing into your lower back a little bit. So we want to just slide forward to find that little extra space, length through that lower back. You're gonna reach behind you and grab your straps here. Your hands can go into the short loops, the long loops. If you have handles, that's fine as well. I always like to tell my clients to slide into the short loops if you're gonna do upper body, just because if it is a little bit heavier, you're really feeling the burn, you can sneak into the long loops to make it a little bit lighter. But for here today, 4 fingers in, thumbs out, palms are gonna reach up to the sky. I wanna make sure that when you start, you're really tall through your spine. So not necessarily lifting up, but think about growing taller, rolling your shoulders back and down and try to connect into the back and into all of these little side muscles here, those postural muscles. We're gonna have our palms facing up. We take an inhale. On your exhale, we're gonna lengthen those arms out in front of us, and then we're gonna bend the elbows as we return the arms back into that start position. This is called serve a tray. So you're quite literally imagining you're holding a tray. When you reach those arms out in front of you, a lot of times I see those arms coming up way too high. I want you to try to keep those hands shoulder height today to just work into the chest. Think each time you lengthen the arms out, we're thinking about growing a little bit taller, not leaning forward or back. And then from there, once you start to feel that burn, let's add a lift of the legs. We're gonna rise up onto our knees as the arms lengthen out, and then bend the elbows, return everything back into that start position. Exhale, arms lengthen, and then inhale, bend the elbows, sink the hips, the heels. When you lift up, you're doing a squat through your lower body, so you should feel like you're doing a squat. When you lift up, you're thinking about pulling into your quads, squeezing your glutes, tucking your hips under, and then you bend your elbows, bring everything back in. If you want to make this spicy today, you can stay up on the knees and just bend the elbows, bring the arms in, lengthen them all the way out again. Bend the elbows and lengthen out. Now I like to do a little thing called an arm marathon today. So we're gonna continue on with no breaks. The next time the arms reach out, we pause. You're gonna go and give me a little lift, little lower of those hands. Little lift, little lower. Palms are facing up for 4, 3, 2, and on 1, we pause. You're gonna bend your elbows, soften the elbows as the palms turn to face you. We open the arms out to a U shape, then we round through the chest, we bring the hands back to center. Think when the arms open out, they're not opening out too wide to the sides, but staying in your peripheral vision. And then exhale, squeeze that chest, close the hands together. Let's go just for 3. Try to keep the legs nice and steady here. Abs are engaged. You've got 2. On 1, bring your hands around the front. We pause. Fingertips are stacked as we lift and lower those hands. Little shoulder burn here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, your arms lower down beside you as we take a little bend in the elbows. Sink your hips onto your heels, hinge in that waist, lengthen the arms behind you as we go into a wide set bicep curl. Your palms are gonna rotate it to face the walls beside you, and now we're gonna curl our hands up and out to the shoulders, and we lengthen all the way out. Each time we curl those hands up, we want to think about trying to keep the elbows tucked into the sides of the body. I like to say almost like you're holding 2 little credit cards underneath your armpits here. Maybe you're holding a paper, a phone, anything that you want to hold those elbows in tight. And then this is a fun little progression if you're feeling good. Can you curl your hands up as you rise 3/4 of the way up? And then sink your heels or hips onto your heels as the arms lengthen out behind you. We curl up, little lift. And then when you lengthen your arms up behind you, can you find your triceps? Can you squeeze into the back of those arms? Bend, we lift, and then lengthen out, sink your hips down. Let's go just for 3, for 2, And then on one, you're gonna meet me in that biggest bicep curl. We pause 3/4 of the way up, we hold. Keeping yourself hinged, we're gonna open your elbows out to the side and then tuck your elbows back in front of you again. We open the arms out, we tuck them back in front. My belly is staying pulled up and in to support my back. I'm squeezing through the back of the legs to stay active. And as we pull the arms in front, I'm squeezing the chest together and I'm pulling my elbows out wide using that upper back. You've got 3, 2, second to last move here. We open the arms out, we pause. Lengthen your arms up overhead and then sink the elbows as wide as the shoulders here, dropping them down without letting the shoulders push up into the ears. The shoulders stay back and down. Holding that hinge position. Of course, you can always sink your booty onto your heels to make this a little bit easier. Let's go 3. Let's go 2. Now on 1, press your arms all the way up. We're gonna interlace our hands, making sure the straps are behind your head. We'll bend the elbows and then lengthen your arms back up here to get to those triceps. Bend and extend. Keep those elbows in nice and tight to the ears. Keep yourself hinged. Try not to let yourself straighten up through that spine here. Let's go for 3. You can always separate your hands to make this spicier here. Let's go 2. And then last one, we hold those arms up for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release those arms out. You can go ahead and hang up on those silver hooks. And that is going to be it for those arms today. Of course, you can always add on more. You can always add a prop. You can always make the springs a little bit heavier. Go for more reps. But that's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys so much. And once again, I'll see you next time. Have a lovely day. Thank you.